Hey folks, Dr. Rob Jones here, heydrrob.com. So I'm bringing you Backbreaker of the Week. Okay, the Stupidest Move award of the week is the sitting crunch or the kneeling crunch. I don't understand this move. I guess people think they're gonna shred up their abs while they do it, but if there's ever a machine, and I've talked about this before, if you're at the gym and you see a machine that makes you grab handles and sit and crunch, I want you to just not walk away from it. I want you to run away from it, okay? Sitting with flexion, okay, bending the spine creates probably the highest amount of load on the discs. So I don't have one of those machines, nor would I ever waste my money on one, but let's say you're in that position, okay? You got the handles right here and you're sitting and you're crunching because you wanna shred up those abs and crunch away those abs, okay? Or you'll see other people at the gym with a tricep rope or some sort of band, and they'll have the band like this. They will be kneeling down and they will be rounding their spine to crunch the abs forward. Now, the thing with this is, yes, you're working your abs, but you're rounding your spine as you crunch forward, and guess what? It's not practical. What are you doing in everyday life that necessitates this motion right here? It's not athletic, it's not practical for activities of daily living, so let's get rid of it because we know it's not very good because of those reasons I just listed, and it's bad for your back. So try this instead. Take a band, or if you have a device at your gym that you can plate load, you can take that tricep rope, okay? And all you're gonna do is just a simple overhead band move. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna stay stable. We're gonna grip the ground with our feet, okay? I'm gonna push my hands away from me, which is actually gonna help my serratus anterior with the upward rotation of the scapula, and that's a whole other video, but this is actually good for your shoulders and your rotator cuff. I'm gonna push away like that. Now I'm gonna use my abs with a hip hinge, okay? Not bringing my chest downward. So I'm gonna use my hands away, I'm gonna use my hip hinge, and I'm gonna hip hinge backwards. Now right now, I've got a lot of load on my abs. I'm actually getting a hamstring stretch. I'm gonna push my hands away. Now I have to contract really hard because if I don't, that band is gonna pull me back. So I'm doing some rectus abdominis ab work to pull forward. I'm stretching my hamstrings. And as I really push my hands out, the band is trying to pull me back. So I'm getting a really good contraction eccentrically, meaning the lengthening contraction of the abs. And it's really good for you. It's really practical. I do this with athletes who have to function overhead, like volleyball players, basketball players, tennis players, who need that strength to be up overhead so they can hit a ball, throw a ball, whatever, and you have to have stability through that core, okay? So again, let's do some variations. So the easiest version of this would be to have your hands at your head, and all you're gonna do is hip hinge. And you're just gonna go back like this. Hip hinge back till you feel a stretch, contract your core, come up. Once that gets a little easier, then we're gonna hip hinge back, and then we're gonna push the hands away, and right away I can feel that band trying to pull me back, so I've gotta contract my core to hold me stable. Okay, once that gets a little easier, we're gonna keep the hands out here, and then we'll go hip hinge back, and then we're gonna push the hands away, okay? Hip hinge back, push the hands away to get really good ab work. You wanna make it harder yet, you go further out. You have to really tighten your core down. We don't want the ribs to flare up. We're gonna contract to keep the ribs down so you can contract the rectus abdominis or the abs, and you really come forward, and then you have to really fight it on the way back. If you wanna go side to side, get into your obliques a little bit, that's safe too. So if I wanna get some obliques here going, I'm just gonna grip the ground with my feet, I'm gonna push my hands away, and I'm gonna basically hinge into my left hip. Now I'm getting into some of my obliques. Now I can hinge into my right hip. I'm gonna get some of my obliques, okay? Those are your safest ways to do that move. If you wanna add a little bit of arm work to it, you can do a tricep press. I don't know about you, but I'm always pressed for time, so I try to do whatever I can in the gym to get out of there as quick as I can because of family commitments and work commitments. So let's kill two birds with one stone. So let's basically go into the ab movement. Let's hang out here, so we've got a lot of hamstring tension. Now let's do a tricep extension. My abs are going crazy. Work the triceps. Come back up. So abs and hamstrings to come down. Tricep extension, tricep extension, up. Abs, tricep, tricep, abs. So there you go. Many different variations with an overhead application for that ab crunch, so you're not doing that really detrimental back breaker crunch stretch. So our crunch movement. So hope you like that. Again, avoid those back breakers. Check out the previous videos on back breakers, because I know you're gonna go to the gym when all this COVID stuff is over, and you're gonna wanna be working off that watching Netflix flab. So you're gonna head up and start working abs, right? But I'm telling you right now, stay away from those things that are gonna make you flex this way, because you're not gonna work your abs very much, and you're gonna break your back down. So check me out on socials. Hope you like this. Don't forget to subscribe, and as always, don't forget to protect your back.